Hello, hello, lovely listeners.
All of you ghouls and goblins.
And everything in between. Welcome to Across the Veil with Zelda
and Emma.
Crappy New Year! I mean, Happy New Year, Emma!
Happy New Year to you too, Zelda.
Yeah, this bad boy's been a doozy, and it was clear none of us had 2020 vision.
Mm-mm.
So much so that I haven't heard that joke all year because people have been too upset to use it.
Yeah. I remember at the beginning of 2020, I was so excited. I was like, wow, everything's going great for me. Like, something bad must be about to happen because things are going too well. And I was right.
Yeah, we were the leads in our college show together. Like, we were Helen and Hermia in Midsummer Night's Dream, which is, like, perfect for us. We were gonna graduate college.
And have a graduation ceremony.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I still don't feel like I've actually completed college.
I definitely don't.
Because we just didn't get that.
We didn't get, like, closure.
Yeah.
I needed closure.
And I moved across the country to Los Angeles to live with my grandmother because I was kicked out of housing in New Orleans. So.
And I stayed in New Orleans, which is where I went to school. So it still feels like I'm in school sometimes.
Wild times. Just a lot of bad luck. And I think everyone this year has experienced a little bit of bad luck.
Mm-hmm. It's been bad luck for the world.
There's like a little black cat walking across this calendar year. If the beings above had, calendars, like, how our parents have calendars, like, who uses those anymore? We have our phones. But like a black little kitty walked across just all of 2020.
Walked right across. It's been a hard year. But speaking of bad luck and black cats.
Well, actually, one of my friends from high school who is in Los Angeles, so I socially distanced, met up with her. She started fostering the cutest little black kitten. And while we were playing, oh my God, kittens are some of my favorite things in the world. They are so sharp and so soft at the same time. I love them.
They've got everything.
So good. We were playing with the little darling and we started discussing black cats and like how they're usually in the Western world connotated with bad luck. Mm-hmm. And Alex reminded me that in other cultures, people don't always see black cats as bad omens, but rather good ones, which got me thinking, why don't we do a fun little multicultural historical episode about our friends, black cats? Because we both love cats.
I fucking love cats.
Emma and I both are cat people.
My cat, well, right now we have like 2 cats staying in my house. My cat, Archie, is fucking massive. He's gigantic and orange, and I'm obsessed with him. And then we have my sister's new little kitty staying with us as well. And it's been a time.
Would you say it's a cat-tastrophe?
Almost. It seemed like it would be a cat-tastrophe because in the beginning, like, whenever they would see each other, we would know because suddenly we'd hear like a wow echoing through our home. And then they just get so puffed up and stare at each other. And like, I really cannot express to you how much of a fucking beast Archie is. He's
big man, big orange man.
Big boned cat. And Archie would just puff up, do that awful noise. And you could just see poor Space Lady start slinking away backwards very slowly. 'Cause she's like, I am so not fucking with like that goddamn beast of a cat.
Yeah, her mama raised her with self-preservation instincts.
Exactly. But now it's cool and she's really mischievous. It's so cute because she just gets into like everything. Like she got up into the Christmas tree. She's everywhere at once. She likes to stay in the bathroom all the time. And I'm like, why? Why are you here?
Well, Archie's a big orange cat. What's Space Lady?
She's a little calico kitty.
She's a little calico kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it's very sweet.
It's really sweet.
Yeah. I truly need to have a cat for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. And I hope to have a black cat at one point because I need that.
Well, a fun biology fact about black cats is that black cats aren't necessarily a specific breed of cats. In fact, there's over 20 breeds of cats that can have all black fur, and it's the high melanin that causes the black fur and their golden eyes. So black cats aren't a breed. They're types of cats that just happen to have higher melanin in them. So lots of different options for black cats there.
Well, feline lovers like me and Zelda love cats.
I'm not going to laugh this episode. I'm just going to meow.
Just
when
meow
I'm
whenever you're amused.
for confirmation, but it's different meow. So like when I feel sad, I'm going to go.
Okay, well, so feline lovers probably know the ancient Egyptians worshipped cats. They had a goddess, Bastet, who was the daughter of the sun god Ra. So Bastet was usually depicted with a woman's body and the head of a cat or a lion. She was the goddess of protection, fertility, children, the arts, and warfare. So, like, everything.
Everything, like bad bitch.
Oh, yeah, bad bitch. No, not bad bitch. Bitch is a dog. Bad cat. Kitten. I don't know.
Nasty pussy.
Yeah.
But, like, not complimentary.
Yeah, in the best way. But so she was actually a minor deity until around 1500 BCE, which was unsurprising because this is when cats began to domesticate themselves and live with humans. Bastet was often depicted as a black cat, and many artifacts from ancient Egypt also depict black cats as they were honored as parts of this goddess. Cats were helpful not only as they were loved by this goddess, but also for their ability to kill rats, snakes, and other vermin, keeping a family safe. Many cats were mummified and placed with family members so that their companionship could continue even in the afterlife.
So people kind of saw this as like a Minerva McGonagall thing. It's like, you know how she can turn into a cat?
Yeah.
So it's like you see a black cat in ancient Egypt, you're like, that might be Bastet, gotta treat it right.
It could be, we don't know.
Could be. And even if it isn't, it's a cat and we love them, gotta treat her right.
Yeah.
So in China and Japan, there's a little cat statue that has very prominent symbolism. The figure is called the Maneki Neko, and it means beckoning cat, or in Singapore we call them lucky cats, and you would see these all over. The Maneki Neko have one paw raised, and they're put in shop fronts to beckon customers and have them come in and spend their money. One legend says that there was a man who found himself lost in a rainstorm and took shelter under a tree. Looking over, he noticed a little cat beckoning him, and as he looked closer, he saw the cat was showing him the way to a dry and safe temple. He heeded the cat and began to walk towards the shelter, when the tree he was standing under was suddenly struck by lightning. Because the cat had saved them, cats in this position with their little paw raised above their head have become symbols of good luck. These statues can kind of come in many colors. The most common are white and gold, but a black Maneki Neko is said to ward off evil spirits and bring protection.
Oh, I stole a pillow of yours that has one of them on it, didn't I?
You didn't steal it. I did lovingly give it to you because traveling across the United States, you can't take that much with you.
Can't bring every pillow.
Can't bring every pillow. But I also have like a little one that my parents gave me for like to put coins in.
Oh. So going a little bit through time and crossing over into Europe, in the 17th through 20th centuries in Britain and Ireland, black cats were often kept on boats, as they kept mice out of grain and were just generally considered good to have around for morale on long voyages, because who doesn't want a little kitty cat being like, yo, what's up, and purring?
Yeah, it's also like just great. It's kind of like when you're a sailor, you're doing your sailor thing, you're tired from doing your sailor thing, having a little cat on the lap, giving him a nice little purr. Perfect.
Morale booster, 100%. So the black cats were considered especially lucky for safe voyages on sea, and oftentimes sailors' families also kept black cats to ensure their loved ones returned safely. Black cats in Japan were popular amongst unmarried women, as it said they attracted suitors. And in the English Midlands, black cats were popular presents for new brides as a symbol of good fortune and happiness.
So, like, there's a lot of places where black cats are considered good luck. But as you know, we can't have nice things.
Never.
And there are many places where black cats are actually considered really bad luck.
Black cats are mostly considered bad luck in the Western world due to their supposed connection to witchcraft and paganism, which to me personally makes them even cooler. Gotta have a familiar. I want a familiar. One piece of folklore says that there was a man and his sons who were walking through the woods when they came across a black cat. Because they were total dicks, they decided to throw stones and sticks at the cat, who then ran into the house of a woman who was suspected of being a witch. The next day, the men noticed that the woman was bruised and walking with a limp. So they obviously came to the conclusion that she had turned into the black cat to do fucking devil worship or whatever. Sign that black book.
Whatever witches do.
This tale, though, spread like wildfire, and black cats began to be thought of as another form that witches or even the devil himself could take. Witches were also said to take really good care of their cats, going so far as to feed them baby's blood so that they could stay youthful and agile, which I think is fair.
Yeah, fuck them kids. Give it to your cat.
Yes. Save the cat, screw the kid.
Yeah, save the cat, screw the kid. That would be a great t-shirt, like on the front, save the cats, and on the back, screw the kids. So like you see the shirt at first and you're like, yeah, and then they turn around and you're like,
What?
That, I don't know if I agree with those morals.
I love cats and children scare me.
This also makes me think of, like, you know, that baroness who, like, would bathe in young ladies' blood. Yeah, that would be the best holiday bath bomb for Lush. Youthful blood.
I buy it.
And, like, of course, they could just, like, make it, like, red. Like, there doesn't need to be any blood of beautiful young women or children in there. But for authenticity.
Like, and also make it kind of thick. Like, you know, like the gelatin bath bomb things to make your water, like...
I love those. Oh, as a child, I loved those.
I've never tried one. I've never had a good bathtub. Sad. Sad times at Ridgemont High.
That's the big tragedy of people in our age group. We just don't have good bathtubs.
We don't. It's not fair. It's a crime.
It's a crime.
I want a clawfoot bathtub.
Yes.
That's one of my goals.
Clawfoot bathtubs.
A house with a clawfoot bathtub and a turret. That's where I want to be.
You'd be happy. And a cat.
And a cat. A little black cat.
Little black cat.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Continue.
The worst time in history to be a black cat was the early 12th and 13th centuries. When Christianity spread through Europe, one of the major ways to wipe out traditions and religions was to simply kill anyone who wouldn't convert.
Classic.
It's fast, it's quick, it's easy.
Get her done.
These Christians also had a good time vilifying symbols of different cultures, including cats, as they were worshipped under the Roman goddess Diana and had become a pagan symbol for girlhood and femininity. And you all know,
Hate women.
they hate women. In 1233 AD, Pope Gregory IX, we don't like this guy on our podcast,
Not a fan.
decreed that all black cats were incarnations of the devil himself, which led to thousands of people rounding up black cats and burning them at stakes to punish them.
So fucked up.
Like, it's awful. This tradition, if you could call it that, continued for almost 500 years, with the most deadly day for black cats being on June 24th, also known as the Feast of St. John, where it was actually made into a competition for who could round up the most black cats to put into the bonfire.
So fucked up.
However, if a black cat had a white spot anywhere on its coat, it was spared. This white mark was also called an angel's mark, and the creature was said to have been touched and then spared by an angel, which just sounds like baloney rules to me.
Gotta agree.
This is fun, entertaining, and a little bit ironic. This mass murder of cats in Europe almost made felines extinct by the 14th century, which is when the bubonic plague, aka the Black Death, was sweeping through Europe. I wonder if killing cats who could have eaten the diseased rats and, like, been safe, I wonder if that's a direct correlation there. I wonder if...
What a great point. I wonder if the cats could have saved them. Very interesting.
These rats were bringing in disease that could affect humans. I wonder if the cats, whose job is to kill these creatures,
could have helped out a bit.
I wonder.
Also, it was the fleas that were bringing in the disease. And guess what? Cats don't get fleas very easily because they're always, like, grooming themselves. They lick out the fleas. So again, I do wonder if the cats could have saved hundreds of thousands of lives.
I'm just saying.
Just putting it out there.
Just putting it out there.
Other countries also thought black cats brought bad luck. In Italy, a black cat on the bed of a sick person was thought to mean that the person would almost certainly die. Places who dealt with Christian missionaries, like Romania, India, and the Czech Republic, also see black cats crossing paths as a bad omen. So once again, it's like Christianity influencing all these places and making them vilify kitties.
It really feels like you're drunk at a dartboard and there's, like, things around it, and the Pope at the time, this is sacrilege for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
The Pope at the time is like, yeah, goats are bad, and so are cats.
Just like, why? Why?
And also cats are, like, while they're sharp and pointy, they also can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do this shit with lions or tigers.
No, or bears. Oh my.
Oh my.
I had to.
Because they could fight back. I mean, cats really can't.
Like, they can scratch
They're
the shit out of
pick-upable.
you, but, like, yeah, you can pick them up. You can put them in a bag or something.
So I just think this was a way to assert power over creatures that couldn't really fight back.
Yeah. Even today, these traditions harm black cats. In England, the RSPCA, Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, did a study in 2014 that reported that 70% of cats in their care were black.
The ASPCA in America did a similar study that revealed that black cats take on like an average of 4 to 6 days longer to get adopted than cats of other colors, which is just really tragic how, I mean, just like these stupid rules made up centuries ago still affect black cats today.
It's literally insanity.
However, October 27th in the United Kingdom has been designated as Black Cat Day to encourage people to adopt black cats.
Aww.
In America, Black Cat Appreciation Day is August 17th, so we will be celebrating these next year.
Yes, we will.
More fun facts are black cats have also seen exponential upticks in adoptions after the movie Black Panther came out in 2018, with many shelters reporting that their adopted black cats were given names like T'Challa and Shuri after the main characters of the film. The Black Panther film helped black kitties get adopted.
Amazing. Pure.
Well, thank you for listening to us chat about black cats. I hope this episode gives you some insight into black cats across cultures and the ages and kind of why you can't unilaterally see them as being just bad luck.
Honestly, I think it's good luck when I see any cat. It just makes the day better. And New Orleans has a lot of stray cats just wandering around because of when Hurricane Katrina displaced a lot of them. And there have been a few cats that have like followed me home. And because my apartment doesn't allow animals, it's taken like every ounce of strength within me not to immediately adopt them.
I mean, we've had some good cat friends that lived in houses that we've lived in New Orleans.
We do.
You know, like cats that we've like recognized who come up to us on the street and who are very friendly. We got the little orange cat who lived by my house.
One time I was crying on a stoop, yeah, and the orange cat came over and hung out with me.
Yeah. Which is something I appreciate about cats. They always know that they're going to make things better.
Archie has often jumped onto my lap when I'm having an emotional breakdown, as one does.
People who say cats don't care don't actually know cats. I think if people are afraid of dogs, it's usually because they've had like an experience in the past where it's like a dog has bitten them or something like that. Whereas people who don't like cats are just kind of, they're like, oh, they're not friendly.
Yeah.
It's like,
I guess they are.
You have to earn it. Dogs will kind of automatically love you. And this is not dog slander. I like dogs.
I have the sweetest little puppy named Oliver, and he means the world to me. And by puppy, I mean he's 16.
That's like the bell curve for dogs. They're a puppy, and then they're a dog, and then they're a puppy again when they're old.
Exactly.
But yeah, for people who don't like cats, it's usually like, oh, they're cold and unfeeling. And it's like, have you ever met a cat? Because you do have to earn that trust and that. But cats are very, very loving for the most part. I've experienced.
Especially when you earn that love.
If you have pictures of your cats,
yes,
send us pictures of your cats. Emma, would you post pictures of Archie and Space Lady?
Oh, yes. Abso-fucking-lutely.
So we will post pictures of our cats. Post pictures of your cats, please.
Yes, if you send us your photos of cats, we will do a big Instagram post of all of our listeners' wonderful cats.
Yes, that would be so cute. We all need a little bit of serotonin, I think, in these difficult days. And pictures of our listeners' cats would really make it better.
They really would.
Before we end this episode, we have a promo from our friends at the Insanely Dangerous Retro Pod Show. They're great. They talk about the 80s and the 90s, and they curse a lot, and they're just so much fun, and they're just super funny. But we'll let them tell you more.
Hello, one and all, to the Insanely Dangerous Retro Pod Show. Hello, who's this?
Just don't hurt the kids, okay?
It goes bleh.
Who would win in a steel cage match between Andy Crane, Andy Peters versus Neil Buchanan and Tommy Boyd?
Sounds like a scratchy robot chicken.
12-inch B.A. Baracus dolls.
You do
didn't really
do
go
like a
with
12-incher.
Here we go.
If it worked how I think it's going to work, it's going to be bang average.
Oh, I'm just over it now.
But for now, we're done. So we'll see you next time across the veil.